Today, I am going to walk through the KW command platform. So I'm sure everyone already knows because it's been a while. But Canva integrated with KW, so now everyone has access to a free pro account through command. Has anyone like logged into that and used it yet or no? All right, cool. So first off, I'm going to show you how to get there. So to get to your pro version of Canva through command, you're going to go to canva.kw.com and you're going to want to make sure that before you do this, you're logged into your command because basically what it does is it just pulls your command login information to Canva. So it creates an account for you right down here. I'm 877519 at canva.kw.com. So the like login stuff, you can see my screen. Okay, good. You can see my screen. The login stuff isn't as like personalizable as maybe you want it to be, but you'll never have to like remember your username and password if you're already logged into command. Good. So you would just go to canva.kw.com and then that brings you to your pro version of Canva through command. Within this platform, a lot of people get confused because they're like, well, where are the templates? Shouldn't I just go to templates? No, unfortunately, these templates are the Canva templates. To get to the KW ones, you're going to go to projects. And then there's going to be a bunch of weird random stuff. And then you're going to scroll down to brand templates. This is where you have access to the open house flyers for sale, postcards, email signatures, all the things. So if you click on this brand templates, oops, actually we're going to click on show more, and then you can scroll through all the different templates that you have. You can also search. So say you're looking for a business card, you can search for that and it would pop up the brand templates for business cards. Now, sometimes if there's only like two templates, it'll only show up with two. And then you'll get all this other stuff. But again, it's just showing you more of the templates that you have access to in the site. Now, I think before they found all the glitches, people were just using this as like a one big group. So you'll see like random people's headshots, you'll see random designs. Just disregard them because you don't like just focus on brand templates. That's all that you're going to be using for like within canva.kw.com. Now, do most of you know how to navigate Canva, or is it kind of like foreign language to everyone? What's everyone's? Yeah. Okay. What about people
Yeah, I
online?
know I know how to use it, but I was wondering because I know it's two separate accounts. I already had the pro before we got the free pro. So I was wondering like how can we because I have a lot of stuff on my
Yeah,
pro, but when I log into the new account, nothing's there. So I was wondering like how
yes,
do we like intertwine those two?
absolutely. So I was going to cover that today, and I might as well just hop into it now because I feel like getting into the nitty gritty of like actually creating a design, I could do another time. So if you already had a pro account and you're wanting to put it into your free pro account, there are some steps. So I'm going to use my personal Canva to show you just because I don't want to use the KW Select one because we're not there yet. We have a lot in there that aren't ready to uh, export and import. So in order to do that, You're going to go to settings. You're going to go to, I believe, I had maybe not this one. I thought that let's see. Sorry, guys. Privacy, maybe? I think it's this one. Nope. Profile? Nope. Login. I think this is where it is. Yes, okay. So you're gonna navigate to your personal pro version, go to settings, go to login, and then you're gonna scroll down to where it says download your Canva team uploads and designs. When you do this, you can request it, but note that it's gonna take time depending on how many designs you have in your Canva. So it could take up to, it could take as little as 2 hours, it could take up to 2 days. So just know that when you do this, be ready to not go in your Canva account. So what you would do is you would request to download, request, and then it says, it'll take us a bit of time to process. This can take between a couple days or a couple hours and a few days, depending on the time. But you'll be notified by email when the download is ready. Once the download is ready, you would go to your email, download all the files, and then you would just upload them into Canva, just like you would, like a random picture or a logo or something like that. So I'm gonna cancel this because I don't need to do that. But you would get, say you get an email notification that your downloads are ready. They'll come in a zip file. So everything will be in one folder. You'll want to extract it all first. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to upload it. So like if you don't know how to do that, like if you were to download a folder, it would be zipped like this. Then you'd have to say extract. Then you would be able to take what's in the folder and put it into your Canva. And to do that, let's go back to this guy. You're going to go to the home page, and then you're just going to click on upload. And you just upload a folder. And I'll just upload one of a random, like say this is my extracted stuff from my personal pro account. If I click on the folder, press upload, then it'll upload all of the designs into their own specific folder. Then once they're in this Canva, you can take them out and put them wherever you want to. So like if you want them to be in separate folders, depending on what design they are, you can do that. But that's how you take what's in
Like the branded and all that stuff. I would have to put the stuff back into branded and all that. Okay.
Yes. Yep. So it's easy. It just, depending on how much stuff you have, it could take a long time. But when you're ready to do it, it's just going into your settings, clicking the download button, or requesting the download, waiting for the email, and then everything comes in a file folder. So it's actually pretty easy. It's not as scary as we all thought. But it just takes time. So that's how you take your personal pro designs and upload them to your KW designs. Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Of course. Okay. Now that I kind of explained how to get to your Canva Pro through KW and uploading personal stuff from your personal pro, are there any specific questions that people have about like Canva? Like anything like, how do I crop a picture, or how do I make this a different color? Like anything, like I kind of want to know like where are people struggling, and if you're not, great, then we can kind of just, I can give you back some time in your day. But if you have specific questions, I kind of want this to be more like workshop type of thing. Anyone that anything has.
Nan is here to learn all of it.
Love that, man. Okay, well, like I said, within the Pro version that you get in KW, the brand templates folder is where you're going to find all the stuff that you can use and create. Now, what's nice about having a Pro account is you have access now to everything that Canva has to offer. So if you don't want to use any of the templates, you can use whatever's in Canva. Like if you're looking for a different open house flyer, you could literally search real estate open house flyer. Comes up with all of the ones that Canva has within its platform. So you can use the templated KW ones, but if you don't like how they look and you like, say, this one better, click on it, customize this template, and then you can change the wording, you can add your logo, you can change the colors, you can add more pictures. If you don't want it to be just one, you can have 4. You know, so you can personalize pretty much anything on here. And that's what's nice about having the free version of Canva Pro is in the just free version of Canva, you don't have access to this kind of stuff, but you have access to it through KW. So, and then again, like if you're looking for something different, like I don't even know, a logo, real estate logo. Again, there's a plethora of logos. I mean, this is something that I can help you with too, but if you want to do it on your own, feel free. There's a bunch in here. So, yeah, you kind of have free range when it comes to what you can do in here, which is awesome. There's also a feature in here called Canva AI. So if you want like this, a dog wearing a party hat, if you want that image to be created and you can't find one that you like, ask Canva AI and they can create it for you. So it's kind of like ChatGPT, but for Canva, which is nice. They can also make videos for you, which is kind of crazy. But AI is also crazy in itself, so you know. So yeah, like I said, there's a plethora of things that you can do in here. I always tell people like just go in and mess around because then it just gets easier for you that way. But there's a lot of cool stuff in here. Like I just discovered that they have this email feature where it'll create like an email for you and then you can send it through Canva, which is actually really cool. So like I said, they have templates over here, but if you wanted to use this template, you drop it in and it's not just like a couple different pages. It's like a whole like email thing, which is really cool. And then you can send yourself a test email or you can just share it, you know, like you can send it through Gmail, you can send it through MailChimp, like super cool. So Command can also do that for you, but if you're wanting to use this specific design, I did find that this doesn't import into Command super seamlessly. So if you want to send stuff like this through Canva, send it through Canva, maybe try not to integrate it into Command. But super cool features. So, yeah. Any questions that anyone has or Erica?
Question about the email.
Yeah.
Is there any formatting issues if you try to download it and then insert it in, or do you have to send it through Canva?
So I did this with Loki actually, and when I was adding buttons through Canva,
Yep.
the buttons weren't working when I tried to put it into Command.
Yep.
Basically, the workaround that we figured out was just creating the email to be three different images that we would upload as designs into Command, and then we would just add the button within Command rather than on the actual design. That was our workaround. I'm sure that like if you didn't have buttons, it would probably be a more seamless upload. But if you wanted anything to be clickable,
Yep.
which when you're in email, most of the time that's what you want. It wouldn't work to just download it and then upload it straight to Command.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yep.
So downfall, but you can also see what it looks like if you send it through Canva too.
Can you mass send through Canva?
I believe so. So if we So share. Yeah, so if you click on the Gmail option,
Yep.
you would just connect your Gmail.
And then you can send it to.
Exactly. Same thing with MailChimp. Like if you have a subscription, you can do the same thing where like you make a list of people or whatever. But yeah, then if you want to send yourself a test email, you can. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a cool feature that they didn't have like 2 months ago. So when I saw it, I was like, this is really fun. But also Command can do the same thing. So cool. Well, that's all I really wanted to share. I thought there would be more people and more questions, but that's okay. And I really wanted to focus on like how do you get your stuff out of your personal pro to your Canva Pro or KW Pro. So if I went too fast and you need help doing that again, feel free to schedule an appointment with me, but it's super easy. Again, it depends on how much stuff you have already. That will kind of determine how long it takes. But I would assume that it wouldn't be more than ever 2 days. So great. Well, I'll give you all back some time in your day and I'll hang out for a little bit. Like if you want to come ask me a question, not in front of the whole class, you can. But that's kind of all that I wanted to cover. And then maybe next week I can actually do, like I'll actually have an email ready to go where it says like your downloads are ready. And then I can show everyone how to upload them to their pro account. Great.
Awesome.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you.